that's a non-character character. Like, what can I, like, you know how there's like Galaxia or whatever, and the thing you play as is a spaceship.
Yeah.
And like some games you play as like the car. Like I just don't like Rocket League. Like I don't think they would ever go, yeah, Rocket League, the car. That's the character we want next.
Well, okay.
I don't think they would do that. They could. I'm not saying they literally won't, but in my eyes, that's a very, very far-flung future where we live in, where the car from Rocket League is a playable Smash character.
All right, yeah, I just straight up point the controller at the screen.
That's really weird.
I hope that's not too common. So, which icon do you want?
Oh, no Mii's?
Obviously Toad.
Mine in Mario Galaxy was a hamburger.
Oh, man. So, the thing is, right? Oh, God, it's just a Toad face.
It's just a Toad face. Yeah, it's your planet.
All right. Oh, player 2.
It sucks.
Yeah, I know it does. You'll just be sitting there pointing at the screen. So, the thing is, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Is there anything else big and needs to be in that isn't?
Something else that's interesting is, so a lot of the characters are like this create a character. Like the only ones that I can think of that aren't, or that are in Smash are Robin, I think. Robin's like the playable character. I think you can customize them slightly at the beginning of the game.
What are you talking about, Robin?
Robin from Fire Emblem. I think you can customize them slightly with different hairstyles and stuff. But there's like a default option, so you could argue that that's
you can
like
at least customize the sex.
At least, I know. But I like wonder if they would do a game with a fully customizable, like playable character, and what they would do with that. Because I guess Minecraft is kind of like that, and what they did was they just implemented 6 skins.
It's gonna be completely on the screen all the time, or what? What's going on with that?
Well, like, just like, I don't know, I guess. What's the... Oh, you don't have spin yet. I was like, what's the spin button?
So I don't have a feel for how this game feels because I've only played it on the other console. And I've played the beginning before. It's the other parts I haven't really played. I've played some of the
This is my favorite, or was my favorite Mario game. I think I like Odyssey slightly better. To me, this game, so a lot of the Mario games, they like to have you be able to go like wherever you want to go. You know?
Yeah.
To me, this game is like sort of like that, but the levels are sort of linear, so it doesn't really matter. But what's cool, or what I like about this game, is that it lets you skip almost whatever you want. It's like you can just like jump off the planet and then just like fling to the other side of the map because the gravity well of the other planet's so large. You just like... So it's like this game is a little different, whereas in the other games you could go wherever you want and do whatever you want. This game, you have to do the thing that the level wants you to do. But you can, like, skip almost anything. It's, like, really weird.
You can be creative on the level itself. Yeah.
Also, I just saw this. Dungeons and Diners and Dragons and Drive-Ins and Dives.
So, you know...
Do you know what the story of this game is?
Kinda.
The story of this game is Bowser wants to freaking create an entirely new universe.
Yeah.
So, 64, it was, hi, I'm Bowser, I stole Peach because I stole Peach. I don't know, I don't really know what I'm doing here. Sunshine was, Bowser's kid is going around pretending to be you and ruining your reputation. That's like the idea. And then this game is, freaking Bowser wants to make an entirely new universe, I guess, to like live with Peach in peace with no Mario or something. I don't know. And then Odyssey is, I want to marry Peach. Like, it goes from this, like, I'm going to actually destroy the universe and, like, ruin everyone's life just to, like, do what I want, to I'm just going to marry someone. It's, like, so weird. Because that's why I was like, what are they going to do after Galaxy? Because they were so... you know, they kind of were ramping it up. 64 was, oh, it's Mario, and then Sunshine was, look, you're in a different location, and it's like a whole island, and like this one's like you're going to planets, and then the next one was technically you went to different like parts of the planet, so like you know, I guess, you know, but like the story is actually sort of a I don't know why they're milkers.
They're milkers.
Big milkers. They even have bigger milkers now. So this happens a lot in Mario games.
Where they steal
there's a big trope where they just freaking steal the castle. Was that Mario? Did Mario go, whoa?
Do you think they'll put a League of Legends character?
I don't know. They could. Honestly, like, which character would represent League of Legends,
I know. It doesn't really, like, have a character.
If anything, I would think it'd be, like, Master Yi or whatever.
Master Yi!
Because he's, like, the one everyone talked about forever.
He's the meme.
I know.
I don't know if they'd put a League of Legends character. But it's like, what are the biggest video games of all time? And it's like, one of them is League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends, Minecraft, Tetris, Wii Sports.
Well, that's most sold.
Yeah.
But I guess League of Legends is not like quite the phenomenon as Minecraft, you know?
Doom.
Doom is a good one, but
they already did Steve. Most played video game by player count with at least 10 million.
That's
I dread the day Fortnite. Anyways, Crossfire is number 1 with 1 billion.
Crossfire.
Dungeon Fighter Online is second with 600.
What is this?
Player Unknown's Battleground, PUBG, is 600 as well. Pac-Man, Doodle,
other like Nintendo games that haven't been represented?
Candy Crush Saga, Tetris, Minecraft.
I used to think about like
Microsoft Solitaire.
Yes.
Mini World, Fortnite, RuneScape. Dude, a RuneScape character would be really funny.
Oh my god.
Like full on like animated and like modeled the same way they look in the game. That'd be freaking amazing.
Oh god.
Dragon Nest, Roblox. Although they already have Steve, so it's hard to put him in there. Freaking Animal Jam. Is Animal Jam even a good game? I thought people hated this game.
I don't even know what that is.
World of Tanks, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Cityville, Happy Farm, Maple Story, Sims, Hearthstone, Farmville again. Or no, that was Cityville. Westward, Ragnarok, Moshi Monsters, Duel Links, Dragonoth, Overwatch. I'm skipping some. TF2. That's by owners for TF2. Apex Legends.
Are these really the biggest?
This is by player count, apparently.
Apex Legends, really?
It's 50 only. Warframe, Global Strike, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive.
Gotcha.
Teamfight Tactics. FIFA 18. Pac-Man again. Black Desert Online, FIFA. Get Amped. Metal Slug Defense. Terra Unturned. Street Fighter 2. DC Universe, Shadowverse, Soul Blade, Payday, Farmtown, The Last of Us Remastered, Doom, For Honor, Trove, Puyo Puyo, Quest Arcade, Lineage 2, Paladins, Battlefield 4, Elder Scrolls Online, Dota 2, Osu, Call of Duty Ghosts, FIFA, Guild Wars, Forza, Star Wars The Old Republic, Free Realms, H1Z1, RoboCraft, Ark Survival Evolved.
This one, or are they just like...
So coins restore health, which you only have 3 of. This is the first game to do the Mario has 3 health thing.
Okay.
And then they, in certain maps, you're required to give, what are they called? Like Hungry Lumas?
Yeah.
50 coins or something like that.
Hungry Lumas? I thought they only ate Starbits.
They will eat Starbits and coins. The coin ones are rarer. The Starbit ones are less so. There's a lot of Starbit ones. There's not many coin ones. There's like 3 coin ones or something like that in the whole game.
But the coins persist.
I know they do in 2. I don't remember if they do in this game or not.
Okay. Mama Starbit.
The character that has the most popularity in Mario, despite being introduced like really late into the universe. Rosalina and Luma.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you can wall jump, you can backflip, you can side flip, you can long jump, but you can't spin jump.
Right. So it's like
it's 64, but with a spin.
Without punching.
Yeah, no punching.
Spin instead, right?
Yeah, you have one attack, which is spin.
That's cool. That's a good way to simplify it.
Yeah, and you have gravity junk because the whole game is like,
sure,
the mechanics aren't necessarily the movement, it's the rest of it.
Yeah, there's lots of little things in the game.
And the weird thing is, so the other Lumas you caught were like yellow, and one of them was this one, the brown one, the tan one, whatever color it is, and it's the one that gives you your spin move.
Okay. Yeah, because like, so my initial complaint with this game was always that it has too many small gimmicks instead of bigger, more like significant gimmicks. Because like the whole game of Sunshine is centered around the gimmick.
Yeah, you have the gimmick the whole time.
But in this game, like
you kind of have a gimmick, but like in reality, it's less of a gimmick than Sunshine's.
It's more about like
get the Joy-Cons out. What are you doing?
I can. Hold on. If you shake, you do it, so you can also just press Y.
I'm probably gonna end up shaking because I'm just used to playing this game with my shaky marble in a bottle soda.
Oh my god.
So,
like, one thing annoying about this game is that just like explains so much shit. It's like, I get it, man. I'm playing the game.
Yeah,
play it.
They do explain a lot in this game, especially at the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
like
the first couple levels.
The first like 2 galaxies, they're like, this is a Starbit.
Yeah.
You collect it with the cursor on your screen. Press B to jump, and you're like, okay, that was a one-up.
They literally called it an additional Mario.
Additional Mario.
Like he's like plural Mario.
The one thing about this game that's like ridiculous is, so other games, you fall down a pit, you die. It's just a pit.
Yeah.
This game, you fall into a black hole. Every single thing you fall into is a black hole.
Yeah, well, it's like what you don't know what they're falling into in the other games.
It's just like nothing.
Yeah, like
this
who knows
game's
what
like
that is.
It's a freaking black hole. Ooh, yeah.
One thing that they did well in this game is the feeling of just moving is pretty cool.
Yeah,
like,
on the planet and stuff. It's like sick.
Which is fine. It's like
they didn't go, Mario, if you spin this thing, you win the game.
Yeah, they don't. Like I said,
it's not 100%, but
they're not like
it's a lot.
Yeah,
yeah. It's more than the other games. But the flood thing was mostly just like he literally gave you a cutscene where he was like,
I'm a flood.
I'm a flood, and here's how you use me. Okay, bye.
And then that was it.
Yeah. And they kind of give you a little menu when you get the nozzles for the first time. But
why are there different kinds of Goombas?
So you know the Goombrads or whatever they're called?
No. What?
Have you not seen Mario Maker 2?
I don't remember.
So there's 2 Goombas in there, and there's one that's like the Goomba, and the one that's like the Galoomba or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what these are. They're from Mario World, I think. So the Galoombas are the ones that you spin and they die. But if you spin a Goomba and it doesn't,
you kick them.
It kicks it and it turns into Starbits. So if you jump on it, you get a coin. But if you kick it, you get Starbits.
Okay, cool.
So you can choose what you get from it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So if there's a level where you're like, I need 50 coins because there's a hungry Loomba that needs 50 coins and there's 50 Goombas, instead of spinning them all, you just jump on them all. But the orange, not the orange, the yellowy ones, the brownie, whatever the color they are.
So there's not real physics in this game.
Yeah, Mario's whatever. Mario's just like, I'm over here.
He just does whatever. Yeah, it's based on the jumping. Okay.
But it's like you can basically just control. Like there's a level where you climb a giant tower, and at the end you can jump off. And what you can do is you can actually jump off and then turn around midair, like if you're long jumping.
Yeah.
Now you gotta kick him.
Kick his ass. Jeez, one kick for that guy?
Yeah. I think it's just like you can't jump on him. You could jump on the other guys, but like you can't jump on that guy. You have to use the thingy boy.
That's like the first time a Goomba takes like a different way to kill him.
Yeah.
I think.
Pretty much. In 2, they have a whole thing where that's the Goombas. Hurry down here. Use this. He didn't even go in the pipe. He literally just disappeared.
Should I go in this pipe?
We've been waiting for you. Oh, that's no fair. You get a grand star.
It's also got a big giant.
It's like a reactor core.
Reactor. Gotta blow it up.
Turn off the flip switches.
I thought I was turning them on.
I guess you would be turning them on if you...
Fuck. Poor guy.
And there's more on the sides, yeah. There's one on each like side of the cube or whatever you're in.
Cube?
It's kind of a cube. It's like
How is this a cube?
It's like a sphere, I guess. I think Mario Galaxy 2's starting places are much more fun than this game's starting places, but I don't know.
I mean,
this game has a lot more. This game has a lot more weird stuff in it.
I played a lot of this game. I don't know exactly how much, but it was, you know, more than just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I never got into it, you know, and I like some Mario games.
I got 121 stars as Mario and Luigi.
Oh, shit.
And I played all the way up to 241 stars in 2.
240.
I literally missed
stars.
one.
That gives you 1 out of 242
240 chance of winning. I literally didn't get the last star because I tried it a bunch. I brought the Wii over to my grandma's house, and I tried it like every day, like when I was at my grandma's house for like 2 weeks, and I didn't do it. And then I got home, and I never wanted to do it again. And I just don't know where Mario Galaxy 2 is anymore, and I don't play the Wii, so... So I got all the stars except the last one, which sucks. Because Rosalina shows up and she's like, yeah, you did it. Whoo. I never got to see that.
I like seeing a lot of Rosalina.
High score.
Terrace.
So that's the one thing I like about this game more than the second game is that your hub is way cooler.
There's a cool hub, yeah. The hub, quote unquote, in the second game
is Mario's face.
Is your freaking own planet.
It's
Do
like
you think that Mario's a Mormon?
I don't know. Did he die?
What? He just gets his own planet, bro.
I guess. Who gave it to him?
Jesus.
Jesus. Was it called Coma or whatever?
That's Jesus.
Lives on a planet called Coma. Another thing about this game is
exposition.
There is a story, but you have to want to view the story.
Yeah.
Like you don't just get the story.
They give you the beginning and then that's it. I watched a speedrun of Demon's Souls the other day.
Is the new one out or is it the old one?
The original. Very, very pleased with it.
Very pleased.
I like that game so much.
The speedrun or the game?
The game. The speedrun actually skips a few bosses, which
doesn't please me.
No, casually. So like Dark Souls has optional bosses. Casually, Demon's Souls does not. Press R to like center it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh man. On the Wii, when you just like moved it, it would just move it.
So technically, you can get rid of it if you like center it way off screen, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so some moves in this game that you should know.
Yeah.
So, first off, you can look at all the.
Okay, cool.
You have long jump. You have double, triple jumps, and then you have spin boy. you have backflip, you have ball jump. You can spin after any of these, I'm pretty sure, except for long jump. No, you can spin after long jump. Okay,
cool.
So you can spin after all of them, and then there's a secret hidden move. So normally when you ground pound, which is just long jump in the air. Okay. When you ground pound, you just go straight down. But if you spin right before you long jump, you'll home in on the nearest thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But if it's too high.
So, okay, I see. When did Mario start adding hidden moves?
This game, I guess.
I guess this game.
I don't think any other game really before
Sunshine has like some sort of hidden tech, like
there's hidden tech.
The fact that spins can be used in all sorts of different ways, like this is just straight up a move.
I know, it's just like a thing that you're not gonna really try and like know.
Odyssey has like
there's
slightly
stuff.
different stuff like all over the place depending on how you do it.
He's like, welcome, this is Domax's and I, the observatory. I'm pressing B because of freaking Mario 64.
That's what I was doing. I did the same thing. I think if you hold A, it goes slightly faster. Not that it's that fast in the first place, but it's slightly faster.
Just like, this isn't the center. That's not the center.
What? R?
It's not the center of the screen, is it?
No, maybe?
It doesn't look like the center of the screen.
It might be slightly down from the center. Is that what you're seeing?
It like looks over to the left a bit.
Wait, really?
To me. I don't know. Maybe I was like tricked by the way the room looked or something, but it looked like it was a little bit over to the left.
In Halo, they put the cursor slightly down on the screen. Although in most first-person shooters, it's in the middle. But Halo, they put it slightly down.
Interesting.
And then when they ported it to like PC and stuff, I think you can choose to put it in the middle. Because on a mouse, it made more sense to put it back in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're sitting on your couch, I guess they wanted you to see more of the level. I don't know. I forget.
Now it looks centered. Why didn't it look centered before?
Maybe you were just like off-center yourself and then it looked weird.
You're not supposed to get up here, by the way.
That's like so simple, though.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I thought this was a skip.
Oh. You skipped not getting
Okay, so these things... What's the throw button?
It's like R2 or something like that.
Yeah, so those are coins if you hit them with the thing. Yeah, you're supposed to go from down there, I'm pretty sure.
Is this the first game with these?
I think so.
I don't feel like it is.
I don't know, maybe not, but I can't think of what game would have it besides this one.
Yeah. I thought did Sunshine have anything like that? I don't remember.
No, not really.
I think it's weird that the cursor's just sort of like always on the screen.
Yeah. Unless I'm like holding it like way off, it just like disappears or whatever.
Yeah, but it's so bizarre.
Oops.
Yeah, good job. They took a cue from Sonic Adventure, I see.
The best Sonic game.
Sonic Heroes.
Never mind. I forgot about Sonic Heroes. That game's the best game because it has chaotix in it.
Knuckles Chaotix is the best Chaotix game.
Best Chaotix game is Sonic Heroes.
I like Knuckles Chaotix.
It's like the only game with them actually. Oh yeah, you can actually you can get up there without having to use the Luma. He turns into like a little star.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
I missed it. It's easier with Luigi because he jumps higher.
Right.
There we go.
Where are you, by the way? What planet
I'm
is
on the
this?
freaking peanut planet.
Peanut.
They look like 2 balls.
So are you on a planet or are you just floating in space?
I'm on a jelly roll. They're called galaxies, but they're literally not.
You're just floating in space.
Yeah.
Whoa, what are those?
Jelly rolls? The rocks are the things the paths.
There's some cool stuff like visually in this game.
Yeah, I really don't know what these are, but I missed it. Oh gosh. Okay.
You missed the star bit. Is there like a broken way to get star bits later?
There's like galaxies where you can just get like tons of them.
Yeah. This is such a weird game.
I know. Almost nothing in this game actually matters.
The camera is like always not oriented correctly.
I know.
And by correctly, I just mean like normal, up and down.
Yeah.
But it's like... I would find that annoying normally, but I don't know. I guess that was the whole point of this game.
Yeah, it's just like such a weird thing.
Now you're on a kidney bean.
Get up. Come on, man. There he is.
Starbit cannon.
So jumping on an enemy and wall jumping gives you back your spin.
Wall kicking does?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can triple jump, spin, wall kick, spin, and it's like you can get like major height like that.
Got it.
usually, if you want to skip some stuff.
Of course, that's exactly what I expected would be in there. One thing that's for sure about Nintendo games is they always seem to like look impossible to make on their platform.
Yeah.
Like Wii games look way cooler than any other Wii game.
I know.
And I know that this is like not exactly how it looked.
Yeah, it looks probably a little better.
It looks a lot better. The original was way blurrier.
Yeah, because the Wii.
Yeah, but like even
Yeah, because this
still-
is in 16 by 9, and I don't think the Wii was in 16 by 9.
right. The Wii could, but it like
It hardly ever did.
And then, Mario 64 was. I don't know if you've played the original recently, but it's very blurry compared to
No,
this
I
this
haven't.
version of the game.
Okay.
This Star Beach is tasty and delectable.
Point the thing, and if you hitting enemies with star bits will kill them. But if you hit any Luma with them, they'll go delicious. Like they'll just like shake and like say how good they are.
What?
The heck are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I'm not doing that.
Is it your finger?
No. It was just like that. It was just like buggy or something.
They're like bursting on his face, and he's like delicious.
You made me waste 3. Good egg galaxy. What are these?
Those unlock at random points in the story, I guess, and then
Yeah,
the
where
other
it's
ones
like,
will unlock based on how many
there's a-
stars you have.
There's an alert here or whatever.
Yeah, it's like alert. There's a secret galaxy that opened up.
A snack of cosmic proportions.
Snack.
Is
That
a
star you
snack?
can get without doing the puzzle at all.
Oh, look at him. He wants a snack. Like, what are those things in the background, those stars? Like,
What
are we over
stars?
an atmosphere? Like, I'm confused.
You're in like a cluster of like planetoids.
Cluster?
Cluster. Also, look at that star behind you. You see that big shing, the shine? That's the star you're supposed to be doing based on the mission you chose.
Yeah.
So if you see a shing in the background, that's usually where you're supposed to go.
Okay.
Although, I don't know, sometimes it just looks like there's a shing.
I don't really know how to get there.
Honestly, just do what I did last time and you'll probably end up there.
Yeah. What's this guy? What's he talking about?
Okay, so this is the dumbest part of the game, especially with this, like, control scheme we're using. You also have momentum when you're in those, so you can pull one and then just let go, and he'll like fling
Yeah.
off into space.
Alright.
So
I know there's a.
I think you need 50 or something like that, at least, to like feed him.
Oh god. 50.
There's some more on the other planet. I think you could have gotten maybe not too
Yeah.
much more though.
There's like some.
Yeah. By the way, this is a planet. They call these planets.
Can I like crush this?
No, it's made of glass.
Well, I can crush glass.
You can hit the you can hit those things with that. There's another Goomba somewhere. So then there's 9 in here, so I need like 2 more. Hopefully there's more. This game has good music.
Yeah, it does.
Wait.
I heard it, but I didn't see it.
Okay.
Where'd I get those?
They fell from the sky. They'll randomly fall.
That's the center. Looks like the center.
Did it make you do that, or
I just did it.
you just did it? Okay.
Should I have done that?
Because I think if you didn't, you would have like fallen and you could have like gone onto the other planet. But I
I
don't know.
found the guy though, so
I hope it's not 100. I hope I thought it was 50, but I don't remember.
I got a lot now though.
Yeah.
You gotta taste the star bits.
He does need 100.
Mother of
It
Jesus.
does need 100. I think you can go to the other one, which is what these are for. It's just like traveling between the planets you're on right now.
Yeah.
So you can like use this one and come back here.
I'll like
Eventually.
steal his and give him back to him.
Oh, you missed
Oh.
one and you needed one more anyways. So this one, when you go through this one, don't use the
don't
star
hit the
again.
thing again. Just give me random ones.
Don't do it. Okay.
I'm not gonna do it. Yeah. Woohoo.
Hubba, 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 hubba.
Should I just go or should I?
Yeah,
kill
you can.
these? Ow. Ah.
They give you 10, I think.
That's a good chunk of change. My man.
My man.
I'm gonna die. Thank you. So does the non-jumping spin hurt also?
I think so.
Like, it doesn't come out very often, but sometimes. Dang it. I forget these guys.
Forget these guys.
They suck. Oof. You fat Luma. He becomes a whole planet in the shape of a hat or whatever that is.
I like how there are these stars everywhere that you use to travel between planets, yet they somehow put you in the most disadvantageous position every single time.
Yeah, why can't I just go straight where I need to go, right? It's like Mega Man. Why does he teleport into the worst spot of the level?
Yeah, but with Mega Man, it's like maybe it's harder to see that part of the level. Like, there's at least some explanation. With this, it's like, why not? Like, there's like almost no reason why not.
Yeah, I guess.
That's something Mario doesn't do in any other game. It's just like randomly slip up, like, parts of the level.
Oh, you're right. It does reset it. Randomly what?
When you landed on that ledge, instead of wall, like instead of
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
grabbing
if
the ledge, he just went and just like slurped up to the top of it and just like.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in this game. Like clamping on it, clambering.
You can clamber, as far as I remember. I don't remember though.
That was a mistake.
You can just.
I know, I can probably just
backflip
jump
here.
right here, right? Whoops. Whee. Should I get that life? Ow.
Yeah, you need to get your life together.
Oh, you can, okay. Ah!
Mario just freaking dies.
Give me stuff. Oh, yeah.
So you can just long jump here. You don't have to actually do the puzzle if you want.
Oh my god.
There's a puzzle there.
Yeah, you get the blue thing and you
Blue stars appear everywhere, and you like.
you have to drag it so that he falls in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, they made it so you can just long jump.
I didn't even have to
it's
spin.
Not even that hard.
I
yeah.
was gonna spin, but I didn't have to. Terrace.
Well done, brave explorer. You discovered a new
This
galaxy.
is one of those backgrounds where I'm just like, what am I looking at? Is this like Aladdin? Hey, now that Microsoft owns Bethesda,
Bethesda.
they can put And you know, Microsoft's been putting all their characters in Smash. We can do Doom Guy.
Yeah, dude, let's do Doom Guy.
Okay.
I mean, they've got a new Switch game. Oh, King Caliente.
That would be too much, man. He's gonna like freaking kill the other character.
Dude, that'd be amazing. The only character that has like kills and stuff where he like actually rips their heads off.
What would he do?
I don't know.
Like, he's an awesome character, and I think he deserves to be in the game. But like, could they do it? Like, would they ever, you know?
I don't know.
Would they let this happen? I don't know.
There's a box. There's a random box over there.
Yeah. Why are you smacking coconuts?
There was a puzzle there that I skipped by doing that.
Ew.
Normally I'd have to hit that giant spiky thing at the end of the thing, but I just triple jumped off that planet. I also skipped that secret there.
It's really simple to set up high jumps.
Yeah, I know. This game just kind of lets you do whatever you can in the space allotted. There usually is less space allotted than other games, usually, but... Double! Ah, I only could get one of them. I don't even think I need those guys. Maybe I did.
Why do they move like that?
Hmm.
They're like shuffling back and forth like middle school dance.
Maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're interrupting them.
This guy's cool. He's the king also.
Ah, Mario! Okay.
I did play this game, but I don't really remember that.
The King Caliente?
King Caliente. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You don't technically have to do this level. You can skip it and go to the next galaxy.
Oh, I mean, maybe I did that, but I don't feel like I would have just been like, well, see ya.
That's it. I'm done with that one.
I gotta tell you about the new Runeterra cards.
Blake told me about some of them, I think.
One of them makes it so that you pick an ally to eat another ally, and it gains the ally's stats.
Okay.
So it like combines 2 cards basically.
Okay.
I think it's a spell. Because there's a hero coming out that is all about eating cards.
Okay. The what's his name? The guy with the big hook.
The Kench. I don't think he has a hook.
Okay, I thought he had a hook. Maybe I'm thinking of Heroes of the Storm or something.
I kind of wish you could dive in this game, but
Yeah. This is the Garrig.
it doesn't look like a garage to me. I don't really know why I came out here, actually.
Here it is, the start of the
Oh god,
stuff that happens in this game.
the bees. Bee Mario takes flight, just straight up.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna be a bee in this one.
Also, there's a new card type that's like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
Fields.
Field spells?
It's a unit that affects the game forever as long as it's out.
Okay.
And it doesn't have health or defense or anything. It's just it's called a landmark. And it's like a field spell.
Okay.
You play it, and then unless it gets removed, it's permanent.
Does it count as a space on the board or something?
Yes.
Okay.
It takes up board space. But it doesn't interact unless the card says it can interact with it.
Alright.
Give me those beats. Now, this is the first level that I absolutely hated. We'll see how I feel about it now that I'm...
Because of bees or just because of the game?
Because of the game? Oh. Also bees, I guess. Oh, look at these guys. He didn't even want to fight. He's running from me. And Jesus Christ.
They get so tired that they flip over when you try to get near him.
Delicious. Okay, I wasn't trying to talk to you, but okay. What the fuck?
Yeah, I've noticed the backflip in this game, or the side flip, is not as responsive as in other games.
It's a little bit weird. It takes like a different input.
Here's some slide. Not a lot.
I'm a bee now.
You can also spin as a bee, but it's not as useful.
It makes honey come out of me. I guess. Honey is heavy. No, no!
They all fell off. Poor guys.
They got what they deserved.
They deserve to fall off and die in a black hole. So if you touch water as a bee, you die.
That sucks.
You turn it back into Mario, you don't die.
Oh.
I guess if you get hit too, I forgot about that.
Oh, well, ouch. I didn't realize I was gonna get hit there. I mean, I did, but I didn't, like, have a way to stop it, I guess. I'm gonna become a bee
And then
again.
jump on the Dandy Boyos. And then you gotta spin when you're on the Dandy Boyo.
Oh, cool.
You can't stand on the flowers as regular Mario. You have to stand on it as Bee Mario.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's the Bee Queen.
It's because you're too heavy when you're regular Mario.
Apparently
you can't...
too heavy to jump straight to the Bee Queen. This doesn't seem like a good idea. Oh, actually, it was a great idea. Oh, God!
First black hole.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, Mario gets sucked into a black hole forever to, like, be there and never be able to, like, do anything about it.
What's happening?
That was very strange.
What in the
And then
world?
the game's just like, aw, too bad. Bad luck there, Mario.
Too bad. Mario's in a black hole.
Mario freaking dies. You get extra flight when you collect a coin, it looks
you
like.
do?
So I forgot about that,
Can
too.
I climb on this or
Yeah,
something?
you can climb on the honeycombs.
Oh.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
This is so weird because I was just standing on the ground.
Yeah.
Why do I have gravity on the wall
Now
now?
you're a bee. I don't know, because they had a gravity mechanic, and the way they wanted to make you stick to the wall was just make you have the gravity mechanic when you're on the wall, I guess, instead of making a whole new you're stuck to the wall mechanic.
And now I'm on the ground again.
Only true gamers do this mission without the bee suit.
Who might you be? A physician? Oh, I'm so itchy.
You bounce it off her little thingy. By the way, you have to climb on her.
Ew. I don't want her itchy disease. That's weird. When it can't do it, it like chunguses. What is going on? Oh,
Don't touch her stinger. That's gross.
What? I wasn't trying to.
Pervert.
You have shown much bravery, newbie.
Just trying to kill her? Trying to assassinate the queen, huh? Look, it's Captain Toad. This is where he comes from, by the way.
Bee.
This game actually put a lot of, like... This is, like, the first really modern Mario game, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of stuff in this game is used in a lot of other games. Like, Captain Toad becomes a thing after this.
What?
And see how we're not in the thingy boy now?
Yeah, why is that?
It means Rosalina wants to tell us something.
Oh god. It better be good. Mar.
Mar. That's what I've heard from your friends.
Marn.
Your friends are waiting for you in the garage.
That's not a garage. Marn's leg.
When Mar was there.
Louie and Mar. What are they building?
They're building their ship again, even though they freaking already had it.
What's he building in there?
How do you think this Toad sounds? Because he's got glasses on, he has to sound different, right?
So first they made a game about exploring the galaxy, and then they made a game about exploring a planet.
A single one planet. They wanted to flesh out the one planet more than they've had with any of these other ones.
So next they gotta make a game about exploring one like city.
That would be sick, dude. A Mario game that's like Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Mario.
Okay, then me, then you. Oh God, I don't want to do this one.
I'll do it. I like those.
Okay.
Grand Theft Mario and Raccoon City.
You're in Raccoon City.
What is that? Oh my God.
You know I'm gonna try to skip as much of that as possible, right?
Trouble on the Tower.
Okay, I don't know how to do this, but I think this is how you do it. There you go. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
That's it? You just spin?
So normally you slide on this stuff. If you just walk up it, he can do that. But if you like if you go and then jump, he starts sliding on his belly, and he doesn't get his spin back.
Okay.
So if you just like walk up it and spin, he just like can walk up it, I guess. I don't really know why.
That's such a like easy oversight though.
I know, it's so strange.
I wonder if they really just didn't care that much.
There's a lot of surfaces in this game like that where you're not supposed to be able to go up, but you can just like go dum-dee-dum-dee-dum and just like do it.
That's strange. They must not have cared that much, because I feel like they would have known that's a possibility.
I know, like...
Because like in 64, even if they did know about some of the stuff, it's hard enough to do to where, you know... It's probably like fine to leave it in.
But that was just like...
And by hard enough, I mean like, not something you would just try. Like, this is something that you might just try and, like, figure that out without even, like, thinking about it.
I messed it up at the top, but, you know.
So here's my thing about this game. This might be like a hot take or whatever, but I've always felt this way. I feel like this game has mechanics like the whole camera flipping around and like you're all disoriented and like gravitied up and shit that make enjoying Mario himself and like the controls of Mario like almost impossible. Like I'm too distracted by the rest of the game to enjoy just the movement of playing as Mario.
Yeah, I can see that. I understand. There were definitely some galaxies I was like super like, I hate this.
Yeah. And I guess that's not true of the whole game, but like enough of it.
Yeah, there's enough of it that like a lot of people, because if you just like, you get to a galaxy that's just like that and you just never want to like finish it, you just like stop playing the game probably at that point and you just never play it.
For me, I just like keep getting pulled out of the game's experience, you know?
Yeah, there's
it's like I just want to enjoy the game. I just want to enjoy controlling Mario. It's fun. But I keep getting like thrown through the air to another planet, or like the camera goes upside down, or like, you know, just something. Like it's constantly like that.
This game decided to implement another invincibility mechanic that isn't the star like normal.
I think this one's cool because it looks cool.
Yeah, but it's like really weird.
It's a little strange. You turn into Bowser Jr.
You turn into the villain of Mario Sunshine.
Flynn? The sound effect when you're sliding down the hill is really strange. Oh.
I can't like hold the direction like enough.
Oh, that was so close.
Playing this game the intended way is boring.
Wow, is it? Finally, someone who agrees with me.
That one was a little further.
It was a nice attempt, though.
What if I just do this? Okay, it didn't quite work. That was like really close, man.
Mario, this is a stealth mission. You have to make sure not to alert the guards. Yeah! Woohoo!
Okie dokie. Dang, I was right there, man.
I was right on the money. Oh. What were you gonna do once you got up there?
I was gonna do it again on the other side.
That doesn't work.
There I go. Ah! Mario, quick! Dang it. I ruined everything. No, Mario. Mario, please do the thing I want you to do. Now jump up there! Ah.
Oh my god. Oh, that was great.
There's the queen bee in the
It's the
background.
bee. It's the bee. I bet she still thinks about the time I spent with her. I caressed her fuzzy body with my bee body.
With my bee body. I was a bee at the time.
And I gave her the biggest bee.
BB ever.
Save your game? Why, yes. What's with the CRT filter this game gets sometimes?
The what?
The game sometimes gets this weird CRT filter.
I don't know.
I'll try to show you next time it comes up.
What was I gonna say?
Big
Oh, yeah,
bad Beetleborgs.
I had watched the beginning of the Bee movie
Yeah.
recently because it was just on, and I was like,
Was it
whatever.
just the Bee movie? Or was it the beginning of the Bee movie, but the beginning of the Bee movie,
But Jerry Seinfeld was the bee.
but it's the entire Bee movie?
There's a scene, but the script of the Bee movie is being shown on screen the whole time. But there's so at the beginning they make a joke where he's like, "Man, that girl was hot," and then Barry's like, "But they're our cousins." He's like, "Oh yeah, right." And then later Barry's like, "Hey, girls," and then the other guy's like, "Aren't they our cousins?" And he's like, "Distant cousin." And it's like, you just yelled at him for trying to hit on a girl, and now you're hitting on a girl. What kind of weirdo are you?
Bye. That's a cool thing. What's this? Oh, the big health.
So if you go under 4, it goes back to 3.
Okay.
Just like in Odyssey.
Do I need to be a bee?
Maybe.
That good. Good.
Kratos.
I like life as a bubble.
Life as a bubble. You almost dropped off the face of the earth. Speaking of which, there's a movie, or not a movie. It's there's a Power Rangers like special called Psycho Rangers, and the no, the villains they fight are called the Psycho Rangers
Oh.
because they're crazy. I guess they are. And I can't remember which Power Rangers it is. It's one of the space ones where they go to space. It's Space Force? Power Rangers Space Force? Oh, what's it called? That was like one of my favorite ones. It's not Galaxy, Lost Galaxy, it's the other one. It's whatever. Anyways, at the beginning of the special or whatever where they fight the Psycho Rangers, they're like at a diner and the woman gives them a plate of fries while saying, "I thought you fell off the face of the earth." And in my mind, that phrase was associated with the delicious looking fries that like she gave them. So anytime I ever heard that phrase in my life after that point, I just think of those fries every time now.
I want some fries.
So I really want some fries right now because I said that like a second ago. Do you like how wobbly he is when he's like in the air? He's just like.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh jeez. The bee boss.
Wait, did I not open this?
You just got it.
I didn't open it all the way.
Oh. Why is there a cutscene every time you hit the boss?
So for some reason in this game, so it does the Mario thing where you fight him, hit him 3 times, right? Like every Mario boss. But in this game, something always happens after the first hit. You always like get a first hit in, and he does something special.
And the second, apparently.
Apparently, this one does the second one. Yeah.
The octopus did the second too.
Okay. But he didn't do one on the first one.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember him doing
Every single hit, he did something.
The piranha did only one on the
You fucking.
the first.
ass.
He didn't do one on the second.
Piranha.
In the egg. He's going too fast for you. Get on the honeycomb.
Why?
So then you can jump off. Yeah, and then go. Oh.
It's really hard to get
Okay.
reoriented after that.
He's doing the sidewinder.
I thought I'd try it anyway, because whatever.
He's coming back. Do it. Ah, a little too early.
No.
Go.
This is dumb.
You got him somehow.
I know.
I was totally befuddled. That you got him.
Befuddled? Is that the kind of fry you want?
Befuddled fries. That sounds great. I want truffle fries.
How do I get rid of my power?
Get in the water.
Welcome to Moe's.
Was it was it Galaxy or 64 where you could backflip and he would like freaking fly as high as possible if you got the star?
I think you're talking about 64.
Okay.
Light?
A hungry Luma has appeared. I'm gonna go do that. Oh, is that the pump up the pants?
Pump up the pants. Pump them up. Get your feet all stupid.
Pump up the pants.
If you feed me, I'll burst with snacky.
400. We barely have 400.
Oh, I forgot I was gonna do the
That's okay.
surf thing. I forgot.
Yeah, I can do it after this. Or you can do it after this, not I. Whatever.
What's this one?
This is
Rocky
the...
Road.
I
It's
think
an
this
ice
is...
cream.
Pump up the pants. I hope it's pump up the pants.
Sweet, sweet Galaxy. I love the food-related levels. They always look so good.
I know. Ugh. Yeah, this is pump up the pants. You gotta pump up the pants. You gotta pump up the pants. You
Jesus.
gotta pump up the pants.
Jesus
you gotta
Christ.
Pump up the pants. You gotta pump up the pants. Pump up the pants. Pump up the pants.
I'm gonna die. Oh, you're fine. Wafers.
This is the level I did the most when I was really young. I don't know why. I just like love this level.
Because you like pants?
This song is used a lot more than just this level, but I thought this was the first level that used this song.
In this game.
Yeah. You gotta pump up the pants. You gotta pump.
I remember
up
a
the
long
pants.
time ago we played Mario World together.
Did I sing "Pump Up the Pants" too?
No.
Okay.
But we just played the original Mario World together.
Yeah.
And I remember that being one of my favorite Mario games because
Because we played it.
not just because we played it, but because it was awesome. That game's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
good.
We need to play like Yoshi's
the story or whatever.
Island.
Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Story is fine, but Yoshi's Island is the shiz.
There we go. We got him.
Why are you torturing that poor toad?
Do you notice how they jiggle when I spin?
Yeah. What are those?
Those are strawberries.
Are you sure? I don't think those are strawberries.
Now they're star biddies.
Like, I think those are...
They look like strawberries.
No, I think those are like dots.
Like
Theater candy. That
oh,
gross
like
fucking
what are they
crap.
called? Gummy
Yeah, those gummy snowberries.
snowberries.
But the dots kind.
Yeah, not the snowberry kind where they're not gummy. So that one said Galaxy Complete, meaning we got all the galaxy stars in it.
Okay. There was only one.
There's one star. So that means the other ones we haven't gotten all the stars in them.
Right.
Even though we've gotten 3 of them.
I guess that's the thing. There's no forward movement in this game.
Yeah.
Not
You kind
a-
of just like
not crazy fan of that decision, but whatever. We still have a Grand Star left.
you can get the grand star at the moment.
Welcome to the Grand Tour.
Welcome to the grand tour.
I watched a video of like Malaysian DBZ dubs.
Yeah. What about him?
It was great.
Did you hear the?
God.
I can't remember which song it is. It might be like the Italian dub for like an anime. The song's like really good or something.
God, he looks really different.
This is the first game with penguins in it.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding.
It's the same penguins from the first game.
You can't pick up any of the penguins there.
So, question: did any of the 2D games have penguins? Like, where are they from?
Yeah. So New had penguins in them.
Yeah, but 64 introduced.
Yeah,
them.
I don't know about any of the later ones. Maybe I know World
there-
had dolphins in them.
In World?
Dolphins!
No way. I'm talking about freaking a 2D game. All right, here you go.
So it's using the gyroscope.
Yes, it is. Wait, twist or turn?
So it's steering, but like.
Are you
flat.
sure?
You're not holding it upright. You're holding
Twist
it
to the
down.
right doesn't mean anything to me. Okay. I get it now, but like
That's
The word twist could mean yaw or tilt.
Yeah.
Okay, no, given.
So press and hold B to go fast.
Did you see that? I just like
He kind of
snapped,
jerked, yeah. All 30 coins. So something else you can do that is helpful is when you fly off of a mountain or like a hill, not a
Yeah.
mountain. When you fly off a hill, like jerk up and
A
he'll like
crest.
fly and he'll like yeah.
Okay. I might need that.
So like this, like you can just like Mario will like fly for a while, or not Mario, I guess the manta ray, whatever it is. Is it a manta ray? Is it a stingray? I think it's a manta ray. Cause aren't stingrays round? Manta rays are more of this shape.
You know, I don't know the distinction there.
Ooh, that was a skim, if I've ever seen one.
I do drink skim milk, don't I?
Oh, we got milk from, I think it was Kroger, and instead of skim, it says 0% milk. Yeah.
Oh God.
And I was like, what the heck is 0% milk? And my parents were like, you kids, your generation don't know what skim milk is. And I was like, what?
What the fuck? All
I was like, I just asked you what 0% milk was. I've never heard of it before. Don't die here, because you very much can die here. You'll have to do the whole level over again. I think the first time I ever played this game, I died here. And I had to stop playing because I had to do the level again, and I didn't want to.
I like these. I like the water.
There's a few of them.
I like water stuff in the games.
Did you ever play 2, Galaxy 2?
So, like, very, very little. Like, way less than I played this one.
Okay, because there's
I played enough to, like, start it. but
There's
that's
levels like that in 2, but you're on a bird.
it. Speaking of which,
Have we done all the honey ones? Yeah, we have. I'm gonna go to flip. This is the easiest galaxy of all time.
yeah, I just checked. I own 1 and 2 on Wii,
Damn.
and I never played 2 very much. Like, I just touched it, and I, like, put it down.
2, so in 2 there's bird levels instead of
So,
whatever
2's gonna
levels.
be a DLC, right?
supposedly.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
actually know if is that confirmed or is that not confirmed.
Well, I'll look it up, I guess.
Because I've heard rumors, but I don't actually know if that's true or if that's like. A rumor.
Excuse me. Jesus.
So this
Christ.
is the whole galaxy, by the way. This freaking
I like how the background is just like the NES game or something.
yeah.
Whoop. Oh, you almost got taken.
Tooken.
Hey, it's those things.
Yeah. Ooh.
Mario Galaxy 2 All Stars.
That's it. You just jump on the switches and you're done.
I don't see anything about it. Who
I heard-
said that to me?
I know. I heard rumors, but I can't remember.
You freaking lying son.
Did I say that? Maybe I said
I
that.
don't think you said it.
Good morning, Zoom.
It says 3 weeks ago. It says
Mario Galaxy 2
teased
leaked.
by Nintendo for. What if?
I like how you randomly skipped around the video and then you just cut to a guy and saying, "What if? What if Nintendo
See,
wanted?"
look, it's got the CRT filter on the background
Oh,
as like a fading kind of effect.
that's like how the Wii looked. Because it was like you're using channels and stuff.
Oh, maybe you're right. Do I get to do the big boy here?
You get to do the Bowser boy. You don't actually get to see what the level looks like. You just get to see his face.
Yeah, he's a big fucking Mario head. I mean,
That would have been the best ending for 2. Is the very
you fight
end?
Mario.
You fight Bowser's head with your head.
Mega Legs. Yeah, dude. Have you ever played Sparkster?
No.
You get in a giant mech that's like looks like you, and then you fight the enemy, and it looks like him, and like you just beat each other up. It's actually the hardest thing in the game. It's really hard, and it's not the end. It's like really close to the beginning.
What? It's
very,
the hardest thing ever, and it's
yeah,
not.
it's so hard, and like, oh god,
So you have to jump on them. You can't kick them. I suppose you could do that too. You could just drop them into freaking.
Dude, I'm the one who knocks.
I'm the one who knocks.
I'm the one who sends enemies into a black hole.
I am the black hole.
I am Mario.
What would Mario's a fake name be that he goes by?
Heisenstein.
Heisenstein.
I don't know.
Is that like an Italian name?
I guess. Oh,
You have to lure the
lure the. Oh yeah. You're
the
right.
bullet bills into the glass structures.
The class structures.
The class structure of America is hinged on Mario games.
Oh Jesus Christ! Hey, that worked.
I watched a video and it was titled like things you want in Pokemon but probably would be a bad idea. And the first thing he said was a game with all 8 gens. He was like, yeah, it's a bad idea. I know if everyone wants it, it'd be too much work and like
Why is that a bad idea?
all this stuff.
Sounds like
It's
a perfectly reasonable.
it would
idea.
be it's one, it's a lot of work, and 2, it's like it would be obsolete the moment they want to release another gen. It's like it would just be kind of weird. And I was like, yeah, I can see why you say that. And like number 2 was like Mega Evolution, and I was like, what? What do you mean?
Here's my thing about Pokemon. If I were designing Pokemon like from the very beginning or
Yeah.
something, and like I was designing like what gens were gonna be in what game, I would do it like a collectible card game. You make
Like set
gens,
rotations.
and then each game just phases out the last gen, which means the oldest one.
I think
And
what
keep
they
3 or
should have
something.
done, yeah, what they should have done was after Generation 3, Gen 4 should have went, okay, here's all the Gen 4 Pokemon, and then here's selected Pokemons from Gens 1, 2, and 3. That's what
Yeah.
it should have done, I think.
Yeah, maybe, but
And then that would have been a precedent, and then when the later games and there's freaking 890 Pokemon, it's like, it doesn't matter as much because they've been doing that for longer. It's like, I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I know. They should have thought of that before they.
I feel like Gen 5 was like the first time they wanted to do that because they didn't let you get Pokemon from other generations in the main game. They only let you get Pokemon from Gen 5.
Yeah.
That was the first game to do that.
I mean, frankly,
So it felt like they wanted to, but they just didn't. So, like, I don't know.
Frankly, like, only the old Pokemon are any good to me just because they're the ones that they designed it, like, I don't know. it was
What do you
like-
think was the last good Pokemon game in your opinion? Like,
Oh, jeez, that's hard, man. Honestly, do you want to know? I mean,
sure. If you say Red and Blue, I'm gonna kick you.
no, it's, I think the second one.
Okay,
think-
Gen 2.
Yeah, I think Gold and Silver
That's
are...
close to kickable.
Dude, it's so good.
I like Emerald
Wait,
so
okay,
much.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, first of all, I don't care for Emerald that much.
Dang.
It was fine, but I didn't like it that much. But here's the thing. I did really like X and Y. I did
Okay.
really like it. Like playing it, I thought it was awesome.
What about it? What about it did you like about it? Like,
The battles were just awesome. Like the way you what the hell am I doing wrong here?
you have to get it to the glass part, so you have to get like
I get it.
a line of them.
Dude, I
It's really this
understand
boss
that,
fight's weird.
But they fucking
Honestly,
keep
all the
dying.
boss fights in this game kind of are weird. All the Bowser boss fights, they all have like different
Those
gimmicks and
stupid
stuff.
eyebrows are in the way.
I thought one of them was following you, and he like just wasn't.
They just die. I gotta like get them to do like this kind of a thing or something.
But then they all like home in on each other.
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, come on!
Okay, what about?
I
what
know
about
how to do it.
Gen 6?
Okay, so Gen 6, you mean X and Y?
Yeah, X and Y.
So, the thing about Gen 6...
I didn't play Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Ah,
Even though Gen 3 was probably my favorite gen.
Jesus Christ!
Actually, Gen 4 is my favorite gen, but
I'm gonna die.
that's not because of the gen. That's just because of
the Pokemon?
the Pokemon. Yeah.
So, Gen 4 is probably one of my least favorite games
hmm
in the series.
I enjoy the game. I don't think it's the worst one. I think I think Sun and Moon are pretty bad, honestly.
You know, I didn't play all the way through.
It's so, like,
Jesus Christ.
you can say what you want about other Pokemon games being easy and whatever. Gen 7's such a baby fest. It's like every 5 seconds there's a cutscene, and it's like trying to tell you every little thing you want to know about Pokemon. It's like, you don't think some people wouldn't want that? Like,
Yeah.
Like, at least give us the option to turn off tutorials. Like, I don't know.
It's just too much.
It's
like
way
that.
too
Yeah.
much.
Okay, so the battle system in X and Y, plus the way the cities for the first time were like, you know, fully 3D and stuff.
There's one thing about X and Y I don't like, and that's well, it's kind of easy, but that's whatever. I don't really care at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if you pick Greninja,
it's easier than any of the other gens previous, and I think it's easier than even some of the gens after it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really matter. Pokemon's probably just going to get easier for me the longer I play them, so whatever. But the main thing is that they have like this big section of the game where they show you this giant like factory, like this giant like power plant place. And then you don't get to go into it ever. It's just there, and
Yeah.
you're like, most of the other stuff in the game is great and really good, but it's like that part's like,
Yeah,
this
why even
looks
say that?
awesome, and it's just not. It just isn't anything. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I just liked. So it had battles where you fought multiple Pokemon at a time. Okay, like I'm talking about, you know,
Yeah,
they would
four
have like
battles.
5 things, and you would like all of a sudden moves could hit all of the enemies. And it's not like that's unprecedented in the series, but it gave it more of an RPG
Yeah.
feel than the other games. And the battling is fast, exciting. It looks great. The towns look great. The story's not bad.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
some of the games, they're pretty bad, I think, and this one wasn't.
that's the one thing
So-
about Sun and Moon I think it has over every other game is I think it actually has the best story.
Really? Okay.
Like, story-wise?
Interesting. Yeah, I never beat that one, like I said. But like,
It's so like they really ham up this Ultra Beast thing.
Yeah.
And people really don't necessarily like that because what it did was it like they only had like 80 Pokemon, and then they had like 30 Ultra Beasts. So it was like they dumbed down the decks
Yeah.
to have all these things. I would have been fine if they had like 10 Ultra Beasts and they were just like kind of a thing, like maybe even like 5, maybe not
like a
even that
special
many.
thing, yeah.
It was like a very new special idea, and it was like just in that gen. And that they did that, but they added like so many that it's like, oh my
Right.
god. I'm gonna do this one. I like these.
Okay. I just thought
But the story's actually good in Gen 7.
I just thought like, what was I gonna say? I literally had something to say.
I think Gen 1 has a good story too, actually.
Okay, Gen 1 is good. Gen 2 is pretty good.
Gen 2 feels so like Gen 1 is like a way, you know, like a red and blue and all that.
Yeah.
And then Gen 2 feels like a very logical expansion of
Yeah.
whatever Gen 1 had. It's like so like nicely made and like everything. It's
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a
like,
good sequel.
Yeah.
And I think the story's good, but it's not. I don't think it's like particularly much better than the first one. I just think it's how do you say?
Oh, I have to hold it up?
Oh God,
Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't think this was.
that's what we call the basic position. This is cool.
This one's like really basic. There's a lot of cooler levels later.
Yeah.
I can't jump on here. I wish I could jump and like just die.
Yeah. So for me, you know, Gen 1 and 2, I think are like phenomenal, like unprecedented games. You know.
Yeah.
3, I know a lot of people love 3.
I never played Ruby and Sapphire, but I played Emerald, and Emerald was one of my
Yeah.
favorite games.
It's not that different, but like a lot of people consider those some of the best in the series.
There's a lot of water. And that's like the worst part of most Pokemon games is
Yeah.
the water. So Gen 3 has so much water.
I don't know if it's just because of the Pokemon or something, but people like love those games.
Sceptile. So the thing is, I think that's one of the only games where all 3 starters are universally like loved, like 100%.
Well, which which starters are in that one? That's
Sceptile, Blaziken, and Swampert.
yeah, Blaziken. Blaziken's awesome.
People really love Swampert, and I really like Sceptile.
Okay, so I'll say this: Gen 3 is good, but it's not. I don't know.
I know why it's got Gardevoir.
Oh my god. I think it's good, but the game itself, I didn't. Think
I mean,
was
Gen
like
4
that
has Lucario.
spectacular.
So, I mean, you know how that one goes.
It was literally just sweep everything with Blaziken and then.
Yeah. I always
So-
chose Sceptile, which was always the worst one, but I just love him so much.
Gen 4 was the first one where I actively disliked it. Like, I thought it was a step backwards from 3. Like, if 3 was neutral, Gen 4 would be a negative for the series. From my perspective. It was the first one where I felt like the combat got slower.
Oh, come on.
Like, it felt slower.
So,
The-
it's the only game in the series where when you kill something with a lot of health, it takes forever to drain
yeah,
for, like,
it's
no
really
reason.
slow. They made it... I don't know why they did that, but they...
All the other games don't do that. Why is that one the only one that does that?
Yeah, it's really slow. Everything takes forever to resolve. And it's really freaking hard for some reason.
Yeah,
but
it
not in a
is.
good way. Like, in a weird sort of, like... just obnoxious way.
I was at the,
Maybe
like,
it's because I was
perfect
trying to
age.
rush through it because I was like, fuck this game.
I was at the perfect age where that was like refreshing to me.
Yeah.
Where I was like, you know, I played through Emerald and Leaf Green and whatever so many times that they just felt like second nature at that point. And then that game came out and it was like hard and I was like, whoa, this is different. Like,
Yeah.
this is a different game. And then it was the only game I hacked a lot. All the other games I didn't really do that with. I hacked that game so much.
So I was watching. I'll talk about it in a second, but yeah. So that game, I didn't like that game very much at all. And 5.
I think 5 at this point, I knew that was going to happen. I think 5 at this point has a reputation for being really bad.
Really, that's funny. Because
But it's
I hear a lot of
gotten
people
like,
like it.
so people, when it came out, everyone was like, this game sucks. This game's awful. And then like now everyone's like, man, I love this game. This is the best game in the series. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Like everyone just like loves it so much now. It's like, it went from being the
Yeah.
black sheep to being like the favorite.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, and I think part of it is because there is good stuff in it.
There is good stuff in Gen.
So
It's the only game I think where you can just do the Elite Four in any order you want, which is like, I think that should be done way more often.
yeah. For me, 5 is pretty good. I mean, it's an interesting game. I thought that the campaign, like throughout, was just boring.
Yeah,
Like,
and all that
of it's
stuff
boring.
is kind of boring, but
Everything about the campaign I thought was pretty boring. The
I finally
extra
made it.
stuff, like the side stuff, I thought was awful. I
Like what side stuff?
it's so confusing and like nonsensical. Everything about the side stuff,
Like what side stuff? Like
all the places that aren't necessary. to
aren't
get.
necessary?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought it was like the weirdest game in that regard. And then the story is like very weird.
The story is like, okay, so this is how the story of at least Black and White 1 goes, is you see a guy and a character who say that, you know, using Pokemon for fighting is bad. And then you fight them with Pokemon to prove that fighting with Pokemon is bad. But then at the end, the guy who said fighting with Pokemon is bad doesn't care, actually. He actually doesn't care if fighting with Pokemon is bad. He just
Yeah.
wanted to say that to get
I know,
the
it doesn't make
legendary
any
or
sense.
whatever. And then, so the only thing that I actually really think is cool is that N, who says that, what he does is he actually catches Pokemon. The Pokemon on his team are Pokemon that are available in the like area you're in, and they only ever are up to the max level of the area that you can actually catch them at. So meaning what he does is he actually catches a Pokemon to fight you and then releases it immediately after. Because his next team is a completely different team based solely around the Pokemon that are around you. So he actually does uphold his like idea throughout the game. He's like
Yeah.
the only one who does. Everyone else doesn't. They just like freaking have Purloins everywhere.
Yeah,
and like
that's
the
pretty cool.
the guy's character in the second game, his character trait is my sister's Purloin got taken. That's his character trait. I hate everybody because my sister's Purloin's gone. I don't get that guy.
My thing about 5 is that, come on.
Yeah, I've noticed it does that for some reason, where you just like spin in a random location for like no reason.
Like 5 is the kind of game where I don't hate it, but some of it is just so boring that I don't love it either.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's the first game with that new art style, and
Yeah.
I'm mixed on it.
There's only 2 games with that art style, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or 2
with the
parts.
sprites that move, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Am I supposed to just stand here? Okay.
You can just grab that one in the distance, almost. Oh, never mind. Whenever these things existed, I always tried to skip them. Which Pokemon? So you played 6. You haven't played 7. I haven't played 8. Trying to skip everything. Oh! I never played Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I got Alpha Sapphire, but I never played it. Because, like, in my mind, I was like, oh, they'll just make Emerald. They'll, like, remake Emerald into Delta Emerald or whatever. And I'll just buy that one, because that'll be the better one.
Yeah.
I don't know why I bought it if I thought that. But I bought it, and then I just gave it to Blake, and he played it. But, I never played that one, and that was the only game, so I didn't get to play the Gen 3 remakes, and I don't really care that much. And then what else? Did you like Heart Gold Soul Silver if you played it?
Yeah, those are really good.
Okay.
They're just remakes, though.
Yeah, they're just remakes.
But yeah, those are good remakes.
Everyone's like, they're gonna make Diamond and Pearl remakes, and then they're not gonna be anything like, freaking the Heart Gold Soul Silver and stuff like that. So they're probably gonna be closer to Sword and Shield.
So I haven't played Sun and Moon all the way through, and I haven't played Black and White 2 all the way through, I think.
Okay.
And
Black and White 2 is a little, because, like, they changed
I played
some
of it. It's boring.
Yeah. They changed some of the gym leaders.
And so, really, I just need to play Sun and Moon. I need to finish Sun and Moon.
Ultra Sun and Moon.
And then I need to play Sword and Shield, which I have. I just haven't played it. I haven't played it at all. I've at least played a little bit of Sun and Moon.
Now we're doing comets.
Oh, yeah.
Prankster Comets.
The Luma who knows such things. I like how they didn't call him, like, what his name is or whatever. They just, like, call him, like, he who shall not be named.
Monsters.
Not gonna talk to you. Bye. Speedy Comet. I think in 2 they call this the Speed Run Comet instead of the Speedy Comet.
Dino Piranha Speedrun.
So they call it a speed run, but the comet is called Speedy.
Yeah.
But then in the other game it's
Speed
called Speed Run.
Run.
Speed Ran.
Four minutes.
Bets on how much time I'm gonna have left at the end of this.
3 minutes.
Dang it! Not if I mess that up.
Yeah.
Notice how these are chain chomps now, so I can't kill them.
Yeah.
Hey!
They bark, but they don't.
Hello, Mario? Ow, ow.
Oh. Oh god. Oh.
Timer stops.
Kidney bean planet.
Two minutes have passed. Dang it.
Are you doing pause buffering?
I was trying to skip the cutscene, but it didn't let me. The timer stops when he's like angry at me.
That was weird. You knock all his flowers off.
Knock all his petals.
All his flutters.
Oh, what birds of a feather. Speed run.
Oh yeah. Also, Mario in this game looks like he's made of fabric.
He is. He's a doll. This is all fake.
Mario, you doll. Good egg. What?
Mario.
How did that happen? Is it not a thing?
I don't know. The comet isn't there.
Then why is there a
Why is
symbol?
there a space for it?
I guess it's just telling you that there's
You
going
have
to
a
be
comet
one?
there
Yeah.
sometime. Do you think you can make it there without the teleporter?
Oh god, maybe not. It's kind of tough.
Try doing a triple jump. Now the camera's all messed up.
It's really messed up. I can like reset it. Wait, no, I can't.
Doesn't let you. Go back over
How
to
come
the
this-
other.
This button just makes me stop.
Which one?
The same one that resets the camera.
Interesting. Go back over to the other thing, and then maybe it'll reset the camera.
I don't know if you know. Okay. It's really tough.
It might be really. You might be able to, but it might be really hard. Mario cheese.
Mario cheese?
Mario cheese. Yeah. Like how this is called the fountain, but this isn't a fountain at all.
No?
No.
No?
No.
Ugh.
It's not a fountain.
Why not?
Oh no.
Like a bath.
Don't look at that. Don't look at don't look at the way the galaxy looks.
What's wrong? It looks like a
Looks like
coronavirus. Camella's airship attack.
Oh, this part of the game? Okay, so see those two dudes there, sitting there? Long jump to the red one. And then go underneath and like see the brown thing. Try to long jump from the brown part to the yellow part of the other one. It almost did it, I think.
What is this?
You can get inside these by like long jumping precisely somewhere. I think it might not be this level. It might be a different level.
Okay.
But it's two like toad ships that look like that, like close together. What happens is Mario like bonks on like a part and then just like falls in the ship. I don't think you can. You either can't get out or it's like really easy to get out or something.
You can bonk in this game?
Yeah, when you hit something,
Okay.
it's like a wall or whatever. He bonks.
Bonk City.
Yow!
What? Okay.
There he goes.
What's up with this guy?
They're showing you that if you jump, you get extra height with the spin.
Oh, they're just teaching me.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting these inconvenient coins, game designers.
It's so you have practice. It's so weird to like tilt the thing.
I know, it's weird. These are cool.
Yeah, the shells. I always love the shells.
Kratos, what you doing? Can you not?
You have to use the shell.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You got like 13
One coin.
freaking things from the last one, and you got 1 coin from that one.
I always think the green toad is a one-up.
Racist? I'm just kidding. It's inverted colors. It's not even the same color.
What?
Gosh. He's white with green dots, and the thing is green with white dots.
I don't let any starbits touch the ground. Oh.
You're not gonna get pull starred up there?
What the? That's like unfair. Can't I just?
They give you a cheat hacksaw. There he goes, poor guy. You're not gonna go to the pull star thing over there? By the way, you
here?
got 69 star bits. No, the star bit count.
What?
It was at 69.
Oh, well, now it's at a 50 million.
You almost doubled it. That was 40 star bits. Bring a shell with you. I don't think you can, but...
What the heck happened there?
It fell out because it wants you to be here. Oh no, not PlayStation. That's Camilla, I guess.
Dang it all.
She didn't cutscene.
Oh, yeah, you're
For the
right.
first one, at least. She might do it after the second one.
Oops.
You got hit by a turtle magic.
What the heck did you see?
Yeah, there she goes.
Cutscene time.
Oh, not the Kamiki boys. She just died immediately.
There you
after
go,
getting
yeah.
hit one more time. Ooh. Mario sounds like he's gonna throw up every time he's like, ooh.
Kratos, I can see your chub.
Chub. Your chub.
He doesn't care.
You've discovered a new galaxy.
There's a galaxy.
There's a car.
The comet. I'm gonna look at the comet closer this time.
No ground.
Brown.
How now, ground brown?
That's nice, David.
Said hi to me. When?
The lights go
Oh
down
no.
in the city.
The Cosmic on Twitch.
On Twitch.
When?
Cosmic comet in orbit.
Was it like last? And the sun shines on. I like how you
Wait,
spelled
so-
Twitch.
No.
Did I show you
Wait,
that?
this is a race?
Did I show you that text that I had from we were in like a Zoom call or whatever, it's class,
Yeah.
and we were listening to stuff. Okay. We were listening to stuff in class, and the guy says, "Looks like it sounds like a lot like church bells," and he spelled it CHIRCH, and then he corrected it to CHUCH,
Church.
and then it was like that sounds like church bells, church. It was like
Church.
like he corrected it, but it was still wrong. It was really funny. Okay, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember how to do the super mega start.
Super mega church.
Ah, dang it.
Supersonic racing.
I'm gonna die just so I can do the mega start.
Are you serious?
I mean, not
Seriously
literally.
gonna die. You have to make him do the slide to do the back jump. There you go. Yeah, literally very not blurry. Hey, you bunked. What do you do?
I was trying to go up. Oh, what? I thought that was gonna be a
Yeah,
wall.
what the? Did he just puke?
I might actually lose.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah, I lost. Because I was too busy worrying about it. Okay, I have to try to remember what the strat for the
you
thing
lose
is.
and you die. An entire Mario died for this.
Okay, so I have to crouch, and then I think I have to spin on one. But I don't remember. Ah, dang it.
His butt like wiggles in anticipation for the race. Nice side jump.
I want some pickles.
I thought you wanted freaking.
I want fries and pickles, man.
Oh yeah, pickle fries.
That sounds pretty good, honestly. I'm so used to Mario Odyssey, so I'm freaking.
No, I don't think it's very fun in this game. I was talking earlier about how I think the main thing that makes it not fun is the lack of a dive, honestly, which is in like every other game. So it's kind of just like...
I'm lost again. At least I get to try the strat. I'm not losing on purpose, but I'm also not trying to win as hard as I could either.
I guess that's true. Technically true.
Okay, I'm actually gonna look it up quick because I can't quite remember. Mario Galaxy Race start. Oops.
Mario to the observatory.
Player holds up and then hits 2 Z when the timer hits 2, and then A as the race starts. Okay.
So that's like L jump.
So it's
long
like
jump?
hold forward, L when it says 2, and then press jump when the race starts. I didn't do it. I probably waited to. I didn't do
I've
it
never
on
known
2.
that to be a thing. But then again, I barely played this game, so
I looked up videos that were like Mario Galaxy tricks or whatever, and that was one of them.
10 things you didn't know about Mario Galaxy's pants.
Normally it would take me like 3 times as long.
Whoa.
That was an error.
An unforced
You should just
error.
do a long jump rightwards. No, I want to do the thingy. Yeah, I could do that, I guess.
Instead of getting sucked into a stream of atoms.
There
You
it
did
goes.
it! You turned into freaking supersonic racing.
So that's the thing.
Oh wow. I didn't know.
Anytime you're racing Cosmic Mario, you can do that.
Anytime you're racing anybody, really.
I think you only race Cosmic Mario like that.
Not if you're...
Don't you? Okay. He turned golden and went faster.
like supersonic racing.
Help! Okay.
You got a star. You got a secret bonus point.
You got a secret bonus point. That's what I miss about old games is dumb, like, announcers and stuff everywhere.
You got a secret. You got a secret bonus point.
Faker? I think you're the fake. I'm gonna make you eat those words.
Dynamite Heady is so good.
I've heard a lot of people talk about Dynamite Heady more recently. No.
Really? That's fun.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game there.
Like I never heard about it. Then you talked about it, and then like a year later, like everyone started talking about Dynamite Headdy again.
It's not the most popular Genesis game, but it's somewhat well known. It's somewhat known, I should say.
It's somewhat known, very
Yeah.
slightly known.
Like, definitely on the more obscure side, but not so obscure that no one knows it, and also not so popular that like everyone's played it or knows it.
Yeah.
Also,
in the
it's
sweet
Genesis,
spot.
so that means it's like a little bit more obscure than Nintendo games.
Yeah.
I'll speed run this game if it's the last thing I do. Go down. Go that way.
Whee! Hammer. What about Hammer? Dynamite Hammer?
Come on, get it.
Between the balls.
Betwixt
Betwixt.
my balls. Wait, get it. There you go.
This is Olimar's ship, by the way, from Pikman.
Pikman 3. Did you see that like Baldur's Gate 3 is early access now?
What? Huh?
Yeah, you can just play it.
That's really weird. Did you see that Steam's doing a thing where they're gonna give everyone games free for like a week? Like a bunch of weird ones?
There's like demos and stuff you can
Yeah.
play.
Miyamoto smiles upon you, young traveler. Miyamoto, the patron saint of adventure. I think you have to say kill the Goomp.
What? No, I just
No, you just have to save the toads.
yeah. And then Toad UFO
Descends from
Toad
Space.
Sky.
Toad of Sky.
That's Toad of Sky right there. Oh, jeez, that was slow. Okay.
Ugh, gotta go back and redo my whole run now. I really wanted to go play Zool one day.
Zool?
Like start the stream with Zool and do
Why?
a speed run because it takes 2 seconds to do a speed run of Zool.
Not if you want to see the funny stuff.
I don't. I'd rather just speed run it. I want to just like go, yeah, we played Zool earlier and everyone's like, huh? All 2 people that are here.
Dude, speaking of Zool,
There is only
we should
Zool.
play. Yeah, we should play Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters for the Wii?
No, for the Nintendo.
Snintend?
Snind.
Snind? Nan? Nim?
I don't want to fall, so I'm gonna take it carefully.
Have you played and or ever played? Never mind. have you ever played TF2?
Yeah, a little bit.
I never have actually.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was in that time when I was like,
It's not Halloween yet. Yeah, I guess we'll try to get through this so we can play a
remember
Halloween
last
game
Halloween when we played Batman the Brave and the Bold?
next. That was good.
It was fun. I like that game. It
I
was-
keep watching that clip where it's like the smartest henchman ever.
Oh yeah, he's like, he walks in and he's just like, is
Huh?
there
Who's
anyone in
there?
there? And he's like, nope, no one's in there. My favorite clip from Batman the Brave and the Bold is where it's this cross-dresser and he's like in a giant robot and he's like, you wouldn't hit a lady, would you? And then Batman's like, the hammer of justice is unisex, and then just like freaking pounds him. That's my favorite clip from Batman the Brave and the Bold.
That's so stupid.
The Batman the Brave and the Bold was supposed to be for like younger kids too. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be for like 7-year-olds. Like whereas the animated series was kind of for teens.
Yeah. That's funny.
The Brave and the Bold was for like really young kids. So it was like really weird that that's like in there.
Oh god. Yeah, so we got to pick a spoopy game to play. What do you think?
I've never played a Resident Evil game, so we could play a Resident Evil game.
Oh boy. Well, that opens up a can of worms. What do you think? What Resident Evil game?
I would want to play 4, but
'Cause,
I don't
like-
know if that's the best one to start
well,
with.
here's the thing. 4 is like its own game. It's nothing like the others.
I know,
So
but
it doesn't
that's
really-
kind of why I want to play.
So no, I know, but it's you can look at it two ways. You're either not getting, you're not really getting the Resident Evil experience, but you're getting like one of the best games of all time.
Yeah.
But the classic ones are classic, and I like classic things. Or there's the remakes, which are really, really good.
Okay.
Like Resident Evil 2 remake is really good.
Is 3 out yet, or?
Yeah, it's not as good, but it's good.
Okay.
But 4 is like one of the greatest video games, like just in general.
Okay.
But it's not really like a Resident Evil game.
Germs. What's Germs?
Play Germs. Play
Germa.
Bug Snacks.
Okay, this is like the weirdest. I don't think this is. I'm gonna say this a lot in this game. I don't think this mechanic gets used at all for the rest of the game.
Oh, the throwing thing?
Yeah. I think this is the only like star with this.
That's not really. What's the game that's not really a Resident Evil, but it is a good game?
Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, 4 is like unlike all the others. But
Like Resident Evil's sort of like supposed to be a horror kind of game.
and 4 is like an action game
Yeah.
straight up. It's got some pretty like cool looking monsters, but it's not really like
It's
Resident
less
Evil.
horror. There might be horror elements.
Well, it was never the same after that. Like all the games used over the shoulder cams from then on.
Not the weird movie cam thing that
Yeah.
they kept doing.
So like if you want to know what Resident Evil's really like, we can play a game like that, but it's a totally different experience. But no, there's also like some like side-scrolling horror games, which I think is one of my favorite like things. There's not a lot of those, but
Big booty guy incoming.
Yeah, David doesn't think Over the Shoulder is good, but he's never played any of those games. I like this booty boss. We should play Rystar. That game is awesome.
I played Rystar.
Rystar, this game reminds me the most of Rystar, believe it or not.
This level specifically.
A lot at this level, but also just this game. How
Oh, okay.
like Rystar has that thing where you like fly around.
Yeah.
It's just kind of reminiscent.
Have you played Staffy?
It's not the same.
I know.
That's more like
Kirby.
Klonoa,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I think it's like Kirby.
It's like Kirby, but Klonoa is like Kirby. Sort of.
Wasn't that made by Sakurai?
Maybe.
I was trying to fling myself. Quick!
This guy looks really cute.
I
You're
lost my stuff.
lame now. Don't look at those things you're holding on to.
The coronavirus.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Didn't sound right.
Soccer guy.
What's another like horror or spoopy game we could play? There's a lot of NES.
We could play some
games.
Scooby-Doo games or
Yeah, the
something.
Scooby-Doo. There's like a lot of movie games.
Scooby-Doo's always a nice... Because Halloween, a lot of times, is kind of just the spooky thing. Not like necessarily like really
Well, that's why
scary.
Resident Evil 4 might be okay, because it's like the boss, literally like the boss of the game, like calls you on your cell phone, like in Metal Gear Solid, and just like he's like, "Ooh, you'll never find me."
Good. If I look up good Halloween games, it's going to give me like PT and like...
PT's good.
I've never played PT.
I love PT, but it'll actually like it's spooky, like really in a good way though. I have it.
But it's like not a good recommendation.
For me, it is because I have it.
13 spooky video games.
Spooky, scary.
So they recommend Resident Evil 2.
Did you look up Sakurai and get that guy?
That guy.
Resident Evil 2, like OG or like remake?
It just says 2.
Well, fuck.
The remake is just called Resident Evil 2, right?
No, it's called.
Remake?
It's called. Fuck it.
Stuff?
No, I don't know. You know, I think it's
The Sakurai dude is back. I like how it's not Sakurai, it's the Sakurai dude. It says the original release of Resident Evil 2, and then it says...
Okay, see, because, like, we could.
And then it says that the remake was made, and it has a graphics and stuff.
And gameplay.
Luigi's Mansion 3, I already played through that all the way through with Blake, so I'm not so sure if I'd want to play that again.
And I've played
that was a fun game.
I've played about a quarter of it.
That was a fun game. I like that game. Borderlands 3, Bloody Harvest.
Nah. No Borderlands. Veto.
Man of Medan. Isn't that the one that's like a freaking movie?
Yeah, no.
Blair Witch. I don't know what that is. Bloodstained. Kind of already.
Bloodstained is not that good for this, I think.
Spirit Hunter NG. It's a visual novel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So. Jackbox Party Pack 6. Trivia Murder Party 2. Ooh.
That would get old fast.
Overwatch, the Halloween thing.
Okay.
Deadly Premonition Origins.
No.
Amnesia.
Unless we... I mean, we could play that.
Corpse Party.
Amnesia I wouldn't probably recommend. I mean, it's good, but it's not really like
I want some
fun.
spooky fun. I don't want just straight up horror games. You know?
Yeah, the Resident Evils all are like not straight up horror games. They're all fun in really cool ways.
Fatal Frame.
Those are fun too, but they're also really scary.
Okay. Dead Spaces is...
But Fatal Frame is cool. Like, it's got a really neat like.
Let's play Five Nights at Freddy's. Ooh.
That would get old because it's
I know.
hard.
That would get really old. Alien Isolation. I actually would love to play that game, but I don't know if that's...
I might get sick from that.
Yeah.
So I like
I probably
that game,
would
though.
too, honestly.
It's cool though, but I would get sick from it probably.
Alan Wake.
Um.
Kelsey, David's asking you a question. He said, when did you say hi?
When?
Apparently you said hi to him. He says hi from the background. On Twitch with one no T, sorry. You have to go under.
Oh really? Oh.
Never mind. I don't remember.
I have to go a platform over, I think. Oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, I see. Alan Wake.
I don't
the
know.
Condemned series.
I'm not
Slender
sure
Man.
about Alan Wake. I mean, so the people who made Alan Wake ended up making some other games after that are pretty cool, but they're oh god. Dang it.
That was actually weird. You didn't get hit.
Yeah, that was weird.
Luigi's Mansion. Ooh. Tomb Raider? Interesting.
Maybe we should just play Resident Evil 4.
Until Dawn. Oh, here's one. Zombie U. That's a
there's an ant on my mic. It's not a carpenter ant though. It's a.
Is it a fire ant?
Maybe.
It's on the mic.
It's on the mic.
Now it's on that. Oh gosh. Prepare your ears.
You just heard an ant being crushed.
I found, so there was a big cockroach.
Yeah.
And Artemis was like messing with it because she's a freaking cat.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh god, I have to get it. So then I tried to grab it, and it like I didn't grab it. So then I pressed it down like on I put the tissue over it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what am I gonna do with this? Last time I tried to grab it, it didn't work. So I just went, and it was like a really big cockroach, and I freaking heard like the whole thing. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I did that the other day.
It was
with,
really
cockroach.
gross.
I forget what I was doing, but I crushed it with like God, what was it? I did something similar to that, and I heard it crush, and I was like, oh god.
Because it was pretty. Because like if it was a small one, it would just been like, geek, and then you would have been like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a dead bug, you know.
Dude, when they're like stuck somewhere, you can like hear them trying to get out. It's really gross. Yeah.
Like, I always hate whenever there's a fly caught in the blinds, and it's like.
Oh yeah, that's annoying. But like cockroaches, they're so loud.
These platforms, someone adapted into Mario 64. So if you use the Mario 64 like modding tools, you can put these platforms in Mario 64.
Huh. So you know, I was thinking like I want to play something that's like more fun / funny than like serious for Halloween. Because like Resident Evil 4 is like I think I seriously do think it's one of the best games of all time, but it's also like more of a serious game kind of.
Yeah.
Like you have to play it for real, I guess. I don't know. It's funny because it's got like. What do you buy?
This is one of the coolest stars. I love this star. And the level's not that hard, but
just
like
fall through
so
it.
what you're supposed to do now to be as maximum cool.
You clear it all. Maximum cool.
Mondo cool.
Checkerboard patterns are not used anymore. We should bring back checkerboard patterns. There's so many platforms.
It's what was it? What's the shape? A truncated. Is this a truncated cube or I don't remember. Okay. Oh, because you could bonk if you don't do that. So
Yeah, you're right. That was Mondo cool.
Mondo cool. Back to the
Future?
Halloween thing. The Evil Within, Amnesia again,
Evil Within.
Last of Us, psh,
Last of
Bioshock.
Us
That could be
is
interesting. I
So
guess.
serious. of
And
a
then
game.
PT. Like I said,
PT would be fun.
it would be, but like I don't know, man.
Dude, it's so good.
I'm not a gamer.
It's not really a game. It's just like an experience.
I'm not a horror fan.
It's so good.
I'm a horror fan, but I'm not a scare me out of my boots fan.
It's like, oh god, it's good. I don't know, man. Like, some games are just like scary for no reason and no payoff or anything. But like PT just like earns it. So
Left 4
well.
Dead 2.
We can't really play that though,
Okay.
even though I love that game.
Spooky Halloween. So it's like the bullet bills, except you can
Oh,
control them.
They just come out of here.
Yeah. That was a sick flip, dude.
Thank you.
Oh my god. That was amazing. Games.
I hate how it's not immediately available. Like my what? Never mind.
Like your what?
Nothing.
Huh?
Help!
Gamers beware. You're in for a scare.
I don't know, man. What do I do?
10 spooky games. You have to. There should be a bomb somewhere.
You know, there might be, but there also might not.
That's kind of like the thing, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not.
What molecule is this? Oh, there it is.
There it is. This is water.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's got one too many things. It can't be water.
Where do I? All right.
You can blow up the chain chomps if you wanted.
I guess that
but
sounds like a fun
It's better to get this thing.
Ow! Fuck. What the? Die, you chain sons of bitches!
They're actually not chain chomps because they're not on chains.
They're just chomps.
The Sinking City? You ever heard of a game called The Sinking City, bub?
I mean, yeah, but it's like there's so many just games that aren't great, you know.
Medieval.
We could play like,
Ghostbusters, the video game remastered.
yeah.
Control.
How is that a Halloween? It's an SCP.
It's an SCP thing.
We could play that. What do you think?
With a bloodstain. That'd be cool.
It's just an action game, though.
It's just an action game, but that'd be cool.
But it's not spooky.
It's not
at
like that
all.
spooky.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Non-horror. Okay, that's what I have to look up.
I
Non-horror
don't know if that's gonna help.
Halloween.
Because I want like some sort of horror element.
Well, when you type in Halloween, all you get is stuff like that. So
Yeah, all you get is just like jump scare games. It's gotta be interesting.
Costume Quest, Luigi's Mansion, Night in the Woods.
What the fuck?
That actually looks kind of cool. Night in the
Jesus
Woods.
Christ.
I'm gonna look up Night in the Woods in a second.
No, no!
Animal Crossing. Ooh.
It's so spooky.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah, Majora's Mask is spooky, I guess. It's kind of.
Puppeteer. Metroid Prime. It's not really
Yeah, what?
spooky. Axiom Verge is like the same thing. It's just like kind of horror-ish, but not really.
Yeah, no, not really.
Dragon Quest 6.
What in the hell? God damn it.
Yeah, hit those on the wall. Hollow Knight.
Yeah, I guess. If you like bugs. Or don't like bugs.
Final Fantasy 5.
What? That's the funniest Final Fantasy, to give you full, like, context.
It's Final Fantasy, but with dress up. That's why they say it. You missed?
What?
How the heck did you miss? And then 6, it talks about Kefka.
Kefka? How's that scary?
Lumo? Lumo is a puzzle game that takes control of a black mage.
Lumo is like a, kitty, Toy Story looking game.
It kind of looks sort of spooky.
It does not.
It's got the dark, wizard vibe.
You're a child, idea of a wizard. You're not actually
But there's a real one behind you. Disgaea 5?
Gaia is a funny game.
You play as a demon overlord.
Oh! Sorry. I
Okay.
almost missed.
You play as a demon overlord.
You always play as a demon overlord in Disgaea.
It's got deep mechanics, micromanagement galore, challenging battles, and a plethora of character classes and skills to master. This one also mentions Costume Quest.
I mean, like Persona.
I guess. We could play Shin Megami Tensei 5 if it's out, which it won't be.
Nope. I guess next Halloween.
We should have saved Nocturne. Just kidding. We would have not
Yikes,
gotten
dude.
done with it for Halloween.
You play
so-
Demon Souls?
Yeah, I guess.
It's kind of spooky. When I first played it, I was kind of sweating a lot. It's scary in that.
The one I was going to look up is Night in the Woods. That one looks kind of cool if it has, mechanics and stuff.
mechanics and things. We could play a Sonic game.
Which one?
The scariest one of all.
2?
No.
Which one's the scariest one?
Sonic and
Adventure?
the spooky. Sonic and this.
They're possessed, man.
What?
The way their mouths move.
Oh god. Especially in the original.
God dang it. That's 2.
There are ghosts.
There are ghosts. You fight a ghost. He goes, a ghost?
Yeah. And then you go up to the ghost and go, what? kill him.
Give me all those.
You spin the Wii mode around like a dingus, whereas in Odyssey, you just spin your hat. What's a good game like that that has like cool like? Oh, we could play a Castlevania game.
Yeah, we could play like Castlevania 4, Super
played-
Castlevania.
We played Soten though already. What else is there? That's it, I guess.
There's the 64 ones.
Yeah, there are. That's certainly a game.
It's a very scary game.
It's very scary indeed. I'm not gonna say I'm not interested in playing it. Like,
Where am I? Where am I? Where am I?
whoa, that was sexy.
I didn't even plan that. That just happened.
So 64, I've heard it described quite well, and that is that it is a game that is not good, but there's a lot to like about it.
Really? That sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Like, it's an interesting game. There's nothing else like it, but it's not any good. Plus, there's that mechanic where if you jump with a certain item in your inventory, you explode and die.
What? Oh, this isn't the game I was thinking of. Okay, Night in the Woods isn't. Okay. It's kind of interesting. It looks, but it's sort of like a 2D story-driven
Yeah.
platforming game, kind of.
What else?
We could play a hat in hats.
How is that spooky?
The one world is the Halloween world.
Really?
You just have to play only the Halloween world.
Kingdom Hearts has a Halloween world.
Yeah. So we have to play every single game that has a Halloween-themed world in it, but only the Halloween world of each game.
It's called the Halloween.
Spooktacular!
What?
Isn't that like the most cliche like name ever? Is like the Spooktacular?
Anything tacular, I'm pretty sure. Should we play like a Japanese game? I mean, there's a bunch of different choices.
Could play Maple Story, the Halloween edition.
Oh my god.
Because every site I went on to was like, you could play Overwatch, the Halloween
Yep.
thing. It's like,
What's a game
yeah.
we've been planning to play?
Who?
What's a game we've been planning to play?
Final Fantasy VI.
Oh yeah, we should play that.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I love Final Fantasy VI.
How long is Final Fantasy VI, you would say, overall? If you're going to suplex some trains, if you know what I'm saying.
It's not super long. It's like a Super Nintendo game. It's like a Final Fantasy game. I don't really know how to explain that.
I don't know how to gauge that because the only one I played over the course of like months.
4?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's much longer than 4. I could be wrong.
I wasn't like, man, this is so long. I just like
Didn't go fast.
didn't do it. Yeah, I just didn't like play it all in one sitting.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much longer than 4, and the side quests are like interesting. Like
Okay.
they're not like Chrono Trigger where you have to do a bunch of stuff. You just like go and find them. Like there's bosses hidden in the world and stuff like that. There is missable party members, so you have to make sure you do that right. That's
These
about
guys
it.
can't even damage me.
Yeah, they just knock you around.
No, I wanted that coin. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know, I was in there to blow the place up, obviously.
Everything you jump out of in this game blows up. It's like your Master Shake.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, I saw some people talking about 7 and how it's like a lot more bloated.
Like, it's got extra stuff in it. And
Lots of extra stuff. Like, you didn't even get to these parts because we took a break from it a long time ago. But when Kelsey and I were playing it, we got to some parts where I was like, yeah, this is just straight up some bloat. Like, this is not adding to the game at all. 6 doesn't have that kind of problem. It's just it's a very lean Final Fantasy. The first like whole act of the game is just story nonstop.
Okay.
And some actually detract from the game in that way. Like they say that
It's too fast and furious.
yeah, it's so much story that you don't get your bearings till like halfway through the game. And I kind of get that. If you're not used to Final Fantasy, it won't like sell you on the characters. You just have to like accept it, and then like later on you'll get it. Whereas 7 like gives you a lot more time to get used to the characters and like them, and but that's part of the bloat, I guess.
Mhm.
I guess I'll do the Daredevil comment.
Daredevil, I think, is you have 1 health.
Wow.
So
Okay, sorry.
if you get hit, you die.
Yeah, we should play Tails'.
Tails is?
Is there a Tails game?
No. That's weird.
Is
There's a Knuckles game,
one?
but like, there isn't a Tails game? Really?
I guess not.
That's really strange.
There's barely a Knuckles game though.
I suppose.
Oh wait, those guys don't hurt you.
Yeah, they don't. Or that's why they designed it like
Scared
that.
of getting hit. Wait, is this it? I just fight the boss?
Just fight the boss, I guess.
Okay. Okay, you.
What was I gonna look up? That's it. That's all you do.
Well, do I even get another chance? Okay.
You have to do the whole level over again, and you might die on the way there.
Oh, that would have been cute. It's hard to
I was
see.
gonna look up scary things in non-scary games.
Does he like come back? Can I? What the?
Fames.
Can you kill the ads?
Yeah, you can kill the ads. I think you hit them. I think the little ones you have to hit with star bits, and the big ones you have to slam into the electrical stuff.
The little yellow guys?
The little yellow guys, I think you hit with star bits, but I don't know.
I'll try, I guess. Good thing I can aim properly. Yo, screw you. Get away from me, dude.
You're out of star bios.
I can't. Ah!
Now you can't kill him.
Oh my god, I hate this. This game sucks.
Look out! Oh yeah!
I know. They don't hurt though. They just bounce you around like a bingus. You got a secret?
Half-Life 2.
Oh, that one game. This is actually horror and hilarious. It's both. And
What
I was
game?
telling you about it before. It's called Obscure.
I feel like I've heard of it.
So it's about a group of high school kids or something, and their high school like becomes the center of like basically like a Resident Evil story,
Okay.
and they're all in the school together, and you can switch characters,
Yeah, you've told
and
me
it's
this.
2-player co-op,
Okay.
and it's the campiest, dumbest thing like ever. Like it's written so dumb.
It's like an old horror movie.
yeah, it's
Okay.
it's on that. It's like that way on purpose, but also it's not like. I don't think it was like English was their first language, so it's like really silly and like weird.
Okay.
Like the whole time they're just like fighting zombies and like killing them and stuff, and they're just like trying not
Wow,
to let
that was...
No, they're trying not to let each other know that they have like a crush on each other. So they're just like, "You're so hot." Zombies. It's exactly like that. I just spoiled the game for you.
Dang.
So there's that, and then its sequel, Obscure 2. The problem with it, you're dead. The problem with that game is that it might be like
It's better than in 64 when you get crushed and he just goes, and it just like keeps going.
Wait, you start right here. Hey, it's this song. Not really. Although this game has
I'm dead.
One of the better soundtracks in a Mario game. Although they're all pretty good, this one is particularly worthy.
Oh god. That's what I get for cheesing it, I guess.
Mario's cheese becomes a string of pixels. I would laugh if you died.
He goes, just like gets sucked in from like as far away as possible.
Why, dude?
I was trying to get to the other side of the thing, but it didn't work. Because I didn't want to wait, okay?
I'm sorry, this game's too slow for you.
I'm a speed runner. I have to speed. I'm not a speed runner. I don't know why I said that.
Well, let's see, what can we play?
I'm like, there's not many games that like just feel like spooky for spooky sake, you know?
I mean, we could play Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, we could.
I don't know, it's not that spooky. But
Is there spooky parts?
Not really. It's kind of in that vein, though, I guess. I don't
We
know.
can play Scott Pilgrim. Is it spooky? No.
I mean, I don't know. It's
Is
just
there
like-
any part of it that's spooky? No, like literally not.
I mean, the final boss is like a Final Fantasy boss. Like, he turns into a fucking giant monster.
He turns into a Kefka.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, we're gonna play Final Fantasy VI simply because that happened.
I guess, but he also...
Isn't there like a bone train or whatever?
There's a whole, like, horror level. It's not just, like, Kefka. Like, there's a whole town that's, like, spooky ghosts. And, like, a forest. And then eventually you get to a ghost train, but, like, there's a lot of stuff in the game that's, like, spooky.
Okay. Here's where Bowser goes, hey, I'm gonna kill you, and then you're like,
I thought he breathed fire, not asteroids.
you mean comets?
Those are not comets.
Those are comets.
No, they're not. Oh, jeez.
I thought I could wall jump over
Invisible wall jump.
that. We have so many lives.
We could play...
Ah, dang it, I triggered him.
You said his trigger.
Which is Mario.
Mario. Don't mention his name.
You're married to me now, Peach. I was never married to Mario in the first place, Bowser.
Jesse.
That seems like a big plot point in a lot of Mario games is, hey, I'm gonna marry a Peach. Isn't he already a king? Why does he need to marry a princess?
That'd be like marrying his daughter. I don't know why I said that. Oops. I think there's some banding in the star pattern in the sky. It's just like a repeating like noise function, and you can see like the pattern of it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this game has like these waves that you jump over. Is that like unique to this game in Mario? Because I don't think it's in the other ones.
It's in 64.
It is?
Every time he jumps, he freaking makes like shockwaves.
Oh, I guess you're right. Oh, you can
Never
skip
saw him.
that.
Well, because what we did was you can grab him the moment
Before
he
he
like
gets
lands on the ground, so he never did it like once.
Oh, interesting. But are
They're
there,
not
like,
electricity though, or whatever they
yeah.
are.
Are there 2D games that have like a wave that comes out of a guy and you jump over it?
Yeah, like I've probably seen that. I can't think of them right now off the top of my head, but Ah, dang it, I missed him.
He almost got you a coin though.
There he goes.
Doesn't that music is so freaking crazy? How?
I always hear what, how every time he says that. He's like, whoa. Does Charles Martinet voice Bowser as well, or?
You know, I don't know.
Because he voices literally everybody else except for Peach. So it's like,
He just got a son back there.
this is called like Bowser's Sun Factory or whatever, the level.
Bowser's Sun Factory or whatever.
Or whatever, I don't remember. Halo
How is
has
that?
some horror elements sometimes.
Kinda.
World of Warcraft!
Yeah. World of Warcraft. I mean, Final Fantasy VI has a spooky level. I guess we can just play that.
Fable 2. Freaking the Vortex Queen in Echo the Dolphin.
Oh my god. Oh god. Now, if that's the case, we can play Earthworm Jim.
Gigas. The piano in Mario 64.
We should play Earthworm Jim.
We should probably end. It's close to 11, and that was a big boy boss, man.
Well, we did the second grand, so I guess we can grand step it right now.
Grand Step.
Green Steep. After this cutscene. Also, low battery on the Mac. Special one. We weren't even united in the first place. I
Sly
got invited
Cooper.
over to a party and freaking. I never asked for this. I shouldn't have gone.
Play a Harry Potter game.
Can you home multiple times?
I like how she's just like this infinitely powerful wizard.
Look at his head. Why is that happening to him?
He's going like when he stands up. I don't know.
Alright, well.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
24 out of 120. How much is that? That's 1/5. 1/5 of the way there,
Is it only
boys.
120?
Yeah, well, 121, but the last star is walk the path you walked at the beginning of the game.
You know
again.
what? I think this game needs 1020. That would have been good.